Hi, this is Mike, and in this short video, which is definitely not safe for work and which will not be up for long, I'm going to obliterate all the silly myths you've heard about why women don't like giving blowjobs, reveal the secret, real reason your wife or girlfriend almost never gives you head now, and we'll show you how to quickly and easily transform even the shyest woman who thinks she doesn't like doing that into a hot and eager blowjob queen who loves giving you head even more than you love getting it. In fact, even though this might sound impossible now, after you watch this video and do what it says like thousands of ecstatic guys have before you, your wife or girlfriend will be shocked at the staggering transformation she goes through almost overnight. How suddenly even just the thought of having you in her mouth sends hot shivers down her spine. How she finds herself fantasizing about you, crawling on her knees toward you, unzipping your fly and staring you right in the eye with a wide smile as she eagerly takes you in her mouth. And how she even develops a blowjob addiction where going down on you and only you becomes her irresistible new favorite hobby. I'm going to teach you the secret in just a second, but before I do, I need to talk about the big blowjob lie that's keeping you from getting all the head you want now and that she secretly wants to give you. What's the big lie that's keeping you from getting head? The big lie is the idea that women who actually enjoy giving blowjobs are as rare and precious as wild unicorns, and that loving to give head isn't something your wife or girlfriend could ever do. As I'm going to prove to you in just a minute, she definitely can. The truth is, most women love giving head to the right guy. And any guy can become the right guy who women actually love to go down on by following a few easy steps. I know that sounds weird, so let me explain. If you're like most guys, every relationship you've ever been in has probably followed a variation of this really depressing timeline. When you first met your wife, your girlfriend, a girl you're going out with, it was almost like you were in blowjob heaven. There was all this great energy and she was giving you head all the time. It felt fantastic. Then you fell in love, got a little more committed, she became your real girlfriend, and it's like you hit the blowjob recession. She still went down on you sometimes, but not nearly as often, and when she did, she didn't really seem to get into it that much. Then, when you got married or decided to live together or got really committed in some way, it's like you hit the death of the blowjob. Suddenly, it's like tape went over her mouth. She put her hand over her ears every time you brought it up, and you were just never going to get a blowjob again. What's that old depressing joke about marriage? Why is the bride smiling as she walks down the aisle? Because she knows that as soon as she gets that ring on her finger, it means she never has to give another blowjob again. Now, did you just laugh at that joke? Or did you break down bawling inside like this poor guy? Because you know from personal experience how horribly true it actually is. I talked to dozens of guys and women about this, and over again, it hit the same pattern. As soon as she gets comfortable and committed, it's like a switch goes off in a woman's brain, and even really good guys suddenly get banished to blowjob Siberia. Blowjob Siberia is a horrible place where you only get a blowjob on special occasions if you're good, where giving you head is a chore she only does to make you happy, and where there's no chance at all of parole. Does that sound familiar to you? Believe me, you certainly aren't alone if it does. There's a lot of guys stuck in that situation. Okay, now for the big question you've probably asked yourself again and again while crying softly into your pillow if you're stuck in blowjob Siberia. Why do women do this? Why does a woman give you head all the time when you first get together and even seem to like doing it and take pride in making you feel good, but suddenly loses her taste for blowjobs as soon as you've been together for a while or when things get even a little bit serious? And then there's the even bigger question. Why do some guys seem to have a magic ability to get hot, wet, sloppy, wonderful, eager blowjobs all the time and have women giggling about how much they enjoy giving him head, while the rest of us are lucky if she gives in and goes down once or twice a year? After talking to dozens of women, I figured out one simple fact that once you accept it, will allow you to turn any woman into an absolute blowjob lover who can't get enough. What's the big secret? Okay, this is going to sound weird to you. It certainly sounded weird to me when I figured it out. The reason some guys manage to get incredible head no matter what relationship they're in, while so many others don't, has nothing to do with the women they were with at all. Sure, there were a few women I talked to who said they just naturally liked giving blowjobs, but almost all women said the reason they learned to really get into giving head was because of one particular guy they were with who knew a secret the rest of us didn't. What's the secret? It's going to sound deceptively simple, but here it is. The reason you're not a blowjob magnet isn't because she doesn't like giving head. It's because you don't know the right way to receive a blowjob in a way that women love. Saying it another way, if you're like 99.99% of guys, you don't know how to get a blowjob in a way that turns her on, makes her feel good about herself, and feeds her self-esteem. I know that sounds crazy, but it really is true. There's actually a right way to get a blowjob that some guys just naturally know while the rest of us are forced to suffer. Crazy, huh? Every woman I talked to, the story was the same. There were subtle little things some men did that turned giving head into something she literally loved to do. And big mistakes most guys make without even realizing it that have her clamping down her jaw like Fort Knox. Plain and simple, the big secret to getting on-demand head is to learn how to receive a blowjob in a way that makes her feel sexy, powerful, wanted, and in control, even when she's not. And to create a primal, almost Pavlovian connection in her mind between giving head and getting incredible emotional and even physical pleasure in return. Okay, now here's the weird part. The fact that you don't know how to receive a blowjob in a way that your woman loves, craves, and responds to. The fact that when you're getting head, you probably either lay there like a dead fish, giving her no clue at all whether she's doing it right or not, or buck like a rampaging bull, forcing her to hold on for dear life. It's not your fault. And you can learn how to get head properly in just a few easy steps. This took me a while to figure out, so let me explain. When you fantasize about a wet, wonderful blowjob, what images go through your mind? I don't know about you, but for me, the first thing I think of, the only thing I think of, is porn. Why? Because if you're anything like me or most other guys, the first time you even figured out what a blowjob was, or that you really wanted one, was when you found your dad's stash of pornos in his closet, stayed up late to watch Skinamax, or watched your first porn video online. And what are blowjobs like in porn movies? Well, honestly, they're awesome, but they're not exactly realistic. In porn movies, curvy and hot hired pros in ridiculous shoes lick, suck, moan, gag, gasp, hum, and do anything they can to put on a show for you. While the well-endowed guy in the movie usually just lays there not making a sound, if the girl is lucky. I probably don't have to tell you this, but real women and porn stars are about as similar as ping pong and baseball. They're both sports with balls, but that's where the similarities end. And getting head the way guys in porn movies do will turn most real women off of blowjobs for life. When you and your wife or girlfriend first got together, she was willing and even eager to give you a blowjob because there was that primal chemical connection and because she wanted to impress you and get you to like her. But as time went on, as that initial chemical spark in her mind started to fade a bit, as giving you pleasure and getting absolutely none in return became a chore, she decided that giving you head wasn't just not fun, it also just plain wasn't worth it. Honestly, as I started interviewing women about this, I figured out that giving a blowjob for a woman is a lot like being romantic for a man. Imagine your anniversary is coming up, and you decide totally on your own to do something really nice for your wife or girlfriend, or a girl you really like, because you know it's important to her. You get reservations at an amazing restaurant. You buy a beautiful piece of jewelry. You put on a nice suit and tie. You pull out all the stops for a night that's going to thrill her. But when you get to the restaurant, all she does is sit there like a statue, ignore you all night. Or worse yet, spend the whole night telling you what you did wrong and how she really wants you to be romantic. Now imagine that happened 100 times. Imagine that you put the effort in 100 times and got the same horrible results every time. Would giving her romance be something you looked forward to, went out of your way to do, and actually enjoyed? Or would you start to dread the countdown to Valentine's Day like the ticking of the doomsday clock? Okay, now imagine that every time you take her out, she gushes all night. She wears a slinky little dress with her leg, or a whole lot more, peeking out. She fixes you with a lusty smile, licks her lips and runs her foot up your thigh and lets you know exactly how grateful she's going to be when you get home. How would you be thinking about romance then? Plain and simple, any woman can learn not to just give you head, but actually enjoy it. And if you want her to give you hot, wet, eager blowjobs daily and have it actually be her idea, then all you need to do is transform giving you a blowjob from a chore she does for you and secretly resents into an experience you do together that she gets psychological, emotional, and even physical pleasure from. So she actually looks forward to giving you head, loves the feeling of you in her mouth, and gets a thrill of pleasure from seeing the look in your eyes. How do you actually do that? Great question. Now, here's the great answer. Like I said, my name is Mike Fiore, and with your permission, I like to share with you the power of blowjob self-esteem and how to make being good at giving head into a passionate, driving goal that helps define who she is. When you master this simple concept, you'll be astonished as she pushes you down for practice time each and every night. I'd also like to show you why a woman's mouth is already an erogenous zone and how to wake up her lips and tongue so she feels an electric surge of physical pleasure through her whole body the moment you enter her mouth. I'd like to show you how to instantly remove any ideas she has about giving head being degrading to women or dirty, and have her feeling incredible power and passion every time she sinks to her knees. The simple romantic game used by thousands of guys already that will have her pulsing and swooning with desire, pulling off your pants and thinking going down on you is 100% her idea, even if she thinks she hates giving you head now. And the secret emotional hook that will allow her to release her inner slut, act out her deepest fantasies, and give you the porn quality head you've always dreamed of. But most of all, I want to share with you an incredibly simple method for erasing all the negative ideas she has about blowjobs. Build massive desire in your woman so she becomes emotionally addicted to giving you head and counts down the moments until she gets to have you in her mouth again. How? By introducing you to a simple, easy-to-use system called Oral Fixation, Why She Hates Giving You Head, and How to Make Her Love It. Oral Fixation is a simple step-by-step program that teaches you how to subtly reframe giving head in any woman's mind so she doesn't just agree to go down on you, but actually looks forward to doing it, gets more pleasure out of oral sex than anything else in the world, finds herself fantasizing about being on her knees in front of you, and literally salivates at the idea of you in her mouth because you're the only man she's ever met who knows how to get head in a way that overwhelms her and turns her on. First, you'll get the Oral Fixation Step-by-Step Training Manual, your complete step-by-step guidebook to getting porn-quality head on demand. The first thing you'll learn in the manual is the psychology of the blowjob, what giving head means to her most primal womanly mind, and how to reframe what a blowjob means so she craves you the way a drowning man craves air. Next, I'll show you the 8 blocks that hold most women back, and how to surgically remove them from her mind without her even knowing. And how to get her to take pride in her blowjob skills and get a giddy look of accomplishment on her face every time she gets you off. Haven't had a blowjob in a while and aren't sure how to get her to go there again? Don't worry. You're also going to learn the patented Oral Fixation How to Get Her to Give You a Blowjob formula and simple games to put her in the driver's seat so she thinks giving you head is 100% her idea. When you use these techniques properly, you'll be shocked as she reaches for your zipper and thinks it's 100% her idea that she's giving you a blowjob, even if she hasn't given you one in months or even years. Next, we'll get to the main event. We'll move into the secrets not one guy in 100 know about how to receive a blowjob in a way that women love so she savors every moment and can't wait to go down on you again. In this section, you'll learn the secret words you must say while getting head to have her smiling wide, feeling loved, wanted, and appreciated, and thinking of going down on you as an intimate act she loves to do. and how to use eye contact while getting head to establish powerful intimacy and control and have her shivering with desire. Always wanted to get her to touch you in a certain way? With my no-risk feedback method, you'll learn how to tell her exactly what you want without her ever getting offended at doing it wrong. And now, if you've ever had a woman get mad when you tried to get her to go faster, wetter, slower, or more, or if you ever had her say, I'm giving you a blowjob, you should just be happy with that, you already know how valuable this technique is, and you're going to be amazed when you actually show her exactly how you like how to get a blowjob and have her eagerly doing it. And you'll learn exactly what to do after she gives you a blowjob to make her feel great about doing it and have her counting down the moments until she gets to blow your mind again. Here's my promise to you. When you follow this system and put it into action, you'll be astounded by the results. We'll stare in wonder at the smile on her face, and we'll be astonished by the phenomenal pleasure she suddenly gets out of giving you head. Ethan A. from Washington says, Michael, I just used one of your tricks, and I'm getting the best oral sex ever in our relationship, and we've been together 8 years. Just doing the games you suggested drove her crazy. Dave Phillips from Pennsylvania says, I've been married 20 years, and I have to tell you, I was blown away. Seriously, any guy who doesn't get oral fixation and use it is an idiot. Seriously, if you want you and the missus to start acting like a couple of horny teenagers again, get this program now. And Robert Johnson says, Michael, on a recent road trip, as I was driving down the freeway at 80 miles an hour, my wife decided I needed my own oral fixation right then and there. Yes, my wife of 4 years gave me an amazing highway hummer, which hasn't happened in a long time. Thanks for helping us rekindle our relationship and bringing back the girl I married. And that's just a tiny taste of the emails I get from married, taken, and even single guys every single day saying that I cracked the oral code and they can't thank me enough. Just by itself, the Oral Fixation Manual will change your sex life and your relationship with women forever. But because I want to give you an unfair advantage and help you have the kind of fun, exciting sex life you've always dreamed of, I'm also going to include the blowjob interviews. You should pay attention because this is really cool. When I was researching oral fixation, I interviewed dozens of women and got them to open up about blowjobs, what they hate about them, what they love about them, and how to convince a girl to love going down. These interviews are no-holds-barred magic portals into a woman's mind and will teach you more about how to turn a girl on than you ever thought possible. Most guys, and even women who listen to these calls, are shocked at the information I got out of everyone from hot divorced 38-year-old moms to 22-year-old party girls. When you grab your copy of Oral Fixation today, you'll get the full 5 hours of the blowjob interviews plus full transcripts so you can just skim through them and find the good bits at no additional charge. Many of the guys who buy Oral Fixation say having their wives and girlfriends listen to these audios changed their lives forever. And plus, I'll give you my self-esteem skyrocket interview with Isabel Del Rios. This interview shows you simple tricks to hijack a woman's self-doubt and cause her to own her sexuality and desire in a powerful way as well, so you can give your woman the drive and confidence she needs to truly become a blowjob queen. Okay, so how do you get started? How much for the Oral Fixation Manual, plus my notorious blowjob interviews and the How to Escalate Her Sexual Self-Esteem audio? Honestly, this is the only program like this in existence, so there's nothing to compare it to. So let me just ask you a question. How much is it worth to you to utterly transform the way women think about giving you head? To have the secret code that makes you the kind of guy who women love to go down on? How much would you pay to have this problem solved forever? To have your wife, girlfriend, or any woman you're with acting giddy and eager to give you what you want? To be able to feel that power and pleasure whenever you want? How much is it worth to you to literally get on-demand head from any woman and have her actually thanking you for the opportunity? A lot, right? Well, I've got some really good news for you. The regular retail price of oral fixation is just $97, which every guy who's actually used the program tells me is a total steal. Why? Well, just think about it for a second. How many hundreds or thousands of dollars have you spent in the past trying to convince a woman to give you a blowjob? How many expensive dinners have you bought? How much have you shelled out for flowers and candy? How much cash have you wasted on expensive jewelry? And have you ever really gotten what you wanted in return? The fact is that oral fixation has been proven again and again to work, to transform giving a blowjob from a chore she only does because you like it into something she actually loves, which should make a tiny one-time investment of $97 seem like a bargain. But you know what? I want to make this a total no-brainer for you. When I started selling this program wide, I'm going to hold a special sale where I discount the program by a generous 30% and offer it for just $67. But because you're getting here early, if you act right now, I'll let you have oral fixation, plus the blowjob interviews, plus the transcripts, plus the how to raise her sexual self-esteem training call for just $47. And as a special bonus, I'll throw in the audio version of the training at no additional charge. So you can study up while at the gym, in the car, or anytime you've got your headphones. And normally the audio would cost you $27 on top of what you're paying today. All you have to do to get started is enter your email address and click the big shiny inviting add to cart button that just appeared below. You'll gain instant access to everything, and we'll be creating an oral fixation with your woman tonight. As soon as you click add to cart, you'll be able to download the entire program, go through the manual, start listening to the audios, and start using the simple little tricks and techniques I give you with your girlfriend, your wife, with a girl you're just going out with, any woman tonight, and be able to see for yourself the incredible results you'll get with oral fixation. And here, of course, is my rock-solid, no questions asked guarantee. Here's how it works. Order today, use the material. If you aren't blown away and if you don't get incredible results, simply email me within 60 days for a complete refund. No fine print, no BS. Listen, here's the deal. The way I like to do business is I don't think I deserve your money unless I get you results. I take a tremendous amount of pride in this product. It took me a long time to put together. I talked to a lot of women. I did a lot of research. Which was actually quite a bit of fun, and I discovered there really are particular techniques you can use to turn giving head into something your woman loves. I know you're going to get great results with this, which is why I'm willing to give you such a really rock-solid, no questions asked, no wiggle room guarantee. You can feel completely safe today knowing that you are protected and that when you do invest in oral fixation, you will either get great results or you'll get your money back, plain and simple. All you have to do to get started again is enter your email address and click the big shiny inviting add to cart button below, and you'll be able to get oral fixation for the whoppingly low price of just $47. Plus you'll get the complete blowjob interviews, hours and hours of interviews with women where we really went in depth into what blowjobs mean to women, why they don't like them, and how to change a blowjob in a woman's mind into something she loves. But you really do have to act now. I am selling this program now for just $47, but it's as a market test as I get ready to roll this thing out wide. I want to help as many guys as I can, but I'm planning on raising the price or maybe even doubling it in the near future. So really, you've got a really simple choice to make. Option one is for you to do nothing. Keep going the way you are now. Keep being frustrated and risk things getting worse because you don't take action. Keep, going onto the internet and watching porn videos of girls giving the kind of head you really, really wish you could get and just get more and more frustrated because you think that can't happen for you. I can tell you from the testimonials you've seen already and more that I want to show you, it can happen for you. Women love giving head if you learn how to open the door for them to make it something they really enjoy. Option two is you can take what you learned here today and try to wing it. You can take the basic ideas I taught you about oral sex and what it means to a woman and go off and use it with your girlfriend, with your wife, with other women. And you might get some decent results, but wouldn't you rather have a sure thing? Wouldn't you rather have a simple system that literally thousands of guys around the world have already used and have that in your corner as you try to make this happen? Which of course brings us to option three. Risk nothing at all today. Grab the oral fixation training for just $47 today. Devour the material, put it into action, and see how long it takes before you get that incredible smile on that in your face. See how long it takes for that smile to go away after she really does give you the kind of long, slow, wonderful blowjob you've dreamed of. Again, all you have to do to get started is enter your email address and click the big, shiny, inviting add to cart button that just appeared below. You'll gain instant access to everything. As soon as you hit add to cart, you'll be able to you'll get an email that gives you the download link. You can download the entire oral fixation program everything I've promised you here today. You can be going through it just a few minutes from now, and you can be getting incredible results within, what, a day or two? It won't take you very long to go through the material, but the results will be fantastic. I really focus, there's not a lot of theory here. It's really focused on results. Everything in this program is focused on giving you exactly what you need in order to get the kind of awesome, wonderful blowjob you've been dreaming of. And all you have to do to get what you want is add to cart, enter your email address and click the add to cart button below. You will get great results like so many other guys have before you. And if you don't, of course, you're backed up by my 100% money back guarantee. Now, if you're still here, I think you've heard enough from me. So let me just share what other guys and even women have to say about oral fixation and the blowjob interviews. I bought oral fixation with a degree of skepticism, but to my surprise, it actually works. I found the oral sex that my partner and I share improved dramatically with a few simple steps. And amazingly, she is as happy as I am with the improvements we've made in the bedroom. I can't thank you enough, Mike, for the incredible impact this has had on our lives. That's Graham for the UK. He was skeptical, and look what happened to him. Michael, I have to admit you nailed it. Not only do you understand what women need and want, you make it easy for guys to give it to us. Oral fixation is going to make plenty of guys happy, but the real secret is how many women are going to love it too. They just don't know it yet. That's from Monica Day, who is a sex advice counselor in New York City. I love the section on bringing a woman to orgasm without touching her genitals. This is not only powerful, but in the right hands, a beautiful tool for explosive, intimate communication. That's Sean from Seattle. I didn't talk about that particular technique, but there is a method in oral fixation where I show you how to use very simple methods to cause her to have a body-shaking orgasm without ever having to touch anywhere below the waist. Got the course on Friday, and I've been trying out a bunch of the strategies over the weekend. The results have been insane. I love that your strategies are so straightforward and you keep it simple. I've only had the course for 3 or 4 days, but already I've gotten head for the first time in ages. We've had sex every day since Friday, and I can see in my girl's eyes that she feels sexy again and much more connected to me. We've had sex every day since Friday, and I can, sorry, I said that again. I recommend this to anyone, no matter where you're at in your relationship. It only takes an hour or so to go through the audio, and it gives you 5 or 6 things you can do within the next 48 hours that will change everything. Thanks, Michael. You're a legend. Thank you. That's Oscar from Melbourne, Australia. Once we had kids, our sex life became almost non-existent. Sex had become mechanical, something that occurred once in a while to remind ourselves that we were husband and wife, not just roommates. Then one day, he did something radical that lit my whole body on fire with desire. It was as if we had unlocked some secret reservoir of untapped sexuality. I was shocked to discover my inner slut and tremendous power I felt. I literally couldn't get enough of him. When I found out about oral fixation, I laughed my ass off. The things you are teaching in this course are so true, and most guys are completely oblivious. It's so simple, and even now that I've seen the course and know exactly what my husband is doing to me to get me to go down on him, it still works like magic. Our sex life is better than ever. By the way, if you're worried that you'll have to buy your girlfriend expensive jewelry or fancy dinners to get her to give you head, you'll be psyched that the advice in this course has nothing to do with spending money on your woman. Brilliant. That's from Goldie Hartwood, 36 years old, a wife and a mother. And here's one more. Michael's guidance on sucking her, I'm not going to fill that in, you have to look in the course to find out, was the smartest advice I've ever seen on the topic of getting my own oral pleasure. I mean, that's helped me get tons more regular sex for years. Now I realize that I can use that technique for getting all the oral satisfaction I want. Kaboom, from Vincent Armstrong. And I could go on. Those are just a small sampling of the dozens and dozens of emails I've gotten from men and even from women talking about how oral fixation has had a profound effect on them. Listen, if you're here, it's because you want a blowjob. There's nothing wrong with wanting a blowjob, and women want to give you a blowjob if you can simply learn these simple tricks. I think in this video, I've shown you enough of how effective this material is. If you've watched this far, it shows me that you are interested, and all you have to do is click the Add to Cart button below. Enter your email address, click the Add to Cart button below. You'll get everything tonight, and you'll be able to find out for yourself if oral fixation is everything so many other people are saying it is. I'm personally extremely confident. Why? Because I've seen it work. It's worked for me in my own relationship. It's been wonderful. And it's worked for every single person I've shown this to personally. And the vast majority of folks who buy the oral fixation program and put it into effect in their own lives really do have fantastic results. I want you to have those results as well. And all you have to do is enter your email address and click the Add to Cart button below. Download the oral fixation program, start going through it, start using it in your own life, and experience these results for yourself. Again, I've been Michael Fiore. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I can't wait to hear about your success.